Republicans continued to absorb the news of President Donald Trump's border emergency declaration on Sunday, he began the morning by venting about Saturday Night Live and suggesting his government should look carefully at comedic hit jobs against Republicans. Alec Baldwin had lampooned him on the show 9 hours earlier, telling a mock press conference in his Trump voice that you can all see why I have to fake this national emergency. Baldwin's alternative Trump said in the show's opening sketch that he would ultimately plead insanity. Nothing funny about tired Saturday Night Live on fake news NBC. Trump blasted in a Sunday morning tweet. Question is, how do the networks get away with these total Republican hit jobs without retribution? Likewise for many other shows. Very unfair and should be looked into. This is the real collusion. Trump has been fighting claims for more than 2 years that his 2016 campaign colluded with agents of the Kremlin to impact the result of the presidential election. The rigged and corrupt media is the enemy of the people. He tweeted Sunday. The concept of a hopelessly biased political press corps is one argument that buoyed Trump's first candidacy, and which campaign insiders say he will return to repeatedly as he runs in 2020. He boasted in another tweet of a recent single-quote 52% approval rating from a Rasmussen Reports poll, including single-quote 93% in Republican Party, a record. Pretty amazing considering that 93% also of my press is really bad. The people are smart, he added. In September, the PresidentNet proposed a review of NBC's broadcast license on the grounds that it exhibits political favoritism. Single-quote NBC fake news, which is under intense scrutiny over their killing the Harvey Weinstein story, is now fumbling around making excuses for their probably highly unethical conduct, he tweeted on September 4. I have long criticized NBC and their journalistic standards worse than even CNN. Look at their license. Baldwin's send-up was typically caustic on Saturday night, hinting at incompetence and racism. We have a tremendous amount of drugs flowing into the country from the southern border, or the Brown Line, as many people have asked me not to call it, Baldwin said. That's why we need wall. Because wall works. Wall makes safe. Trump ended months of speculation on Friday by signing a national emergency declaration, using a patchwork of federal laws to order spending on his long-promised U.S.-Mexico border wall that goes beyond what Congress has specifically earmarked. In addition to about $1.4 billion, lawmakers put in a last-minute funding measure that allowed the White House to avoid a second government shutdown in 2 months. The White House will use authorities in a 1976 law to redirect $6.5 billion from existing Defense Department accounts and a Treasury Department forfeiture fund. I have to because I want to. It's really simple. We have a problem, Baldwin said, reducing his speech to pidgin English as he intoned that he was basically taking military money so I could his wall. So I'm going to sign these papers for emergency, Baldwin's Trump said. And then I will immediately be sued, and the ruling will not go in my favor, and it will end up in the Supreme Court, and I'll call my buddy Brett Kavanaugh and I'll say, it's time to repay the money, and he will say, new phone, who does? Then the Mueller report will be released, crumbling my house of cards, and I can just plead insanity. And my personal hell of being president will finally be over. The sketch included make-believe questions from actors playing reporters, including CNN White House correspondent Jim Acosta, a frequent Trump antagonist. We should just build a wall around him, the make-believe president said. When an actress playing another reporter asked Baldwin if he was winging his time in the Oval Office, he coolly answered, "Come on, doll. I'm learning." The real Donald Trump is in Palm Beach, Florida, staying at his Mar-a-Lago resort club. He left Sunday morning for a round of golf after posting his tweets.